Welcome to the ClearTriage video training series. In this video, we're going to review how to use more than one protocol on a call. You typically should do this only if a patient reports multiple symptoms that are unrelated and in different body systems. As discussed in the Finding the Most Appropriate Protocol video, if the symptoms are related, you typically only need to use the protocol for the most serious symptom. Also keep in mind that if the caller reports fever and another symptom, you should triage the other symptom first, as fever will be covered in any protocol in which it could be an accompanying symptom. But again, sometimes you might need to use multiple protocols when the patient has symptoms that are unrelated, such as hypertension and a poison ivy rash. Let's take a look at how you would use ClearTriage to handle this type of call. In this example, you're partway through a call in which the patient states that they've had several blood pressure readings that were higher than normal today. The patient reported a systolic BP greater than 180, so you've triaged the hypertension and can see that the disposition is "See in office today." After providing the relevant care advice and teaching for the elevated blood pressure, the caller states they also want to discuss a new rash they believe is poison ivy. The patient reports they were working in their yard earlier this week and noticed an itchy rash after getting into some poison ivy. You can add the poison ivy, oak, sumac protocol to this call by selecting the plus button next to the current protocol and searching for the protocol you want to add. After reviewing the selection criteria and confirming that this is the protocol you want to add, select the Add to Call button to add it to the call and continue the triage. You should now follow the same process to triage the poison ivy, ruling out the higher acuity questions from top to bottom. In this example, let's say this is a mild rash, so the disposition for this protocol is home care. Select the Next button at the bottom to navigate to the Plan tab and provide the caller with education on how they can care for their rash at home. Notice that you can switch back and forth between the high blood pressure and poison ivy protocols by using the drop-down lists on both the Triage tab and Plan tab. This allows you to access the information you need when you need it, which provides flexibility during the call. This is important because triage calls are not always linear, and callers may skip around or forget a piece of information, causing you to need to return to a previous protocol. Please note, while not common, it is possible to use more than two protocols on a call. But before doing so, you should make sure the symptoms aren't related, as the symptom may be covered by one of the other protocols already selected. And keep in mind that it is extremely rare to need to use more than 3 protocols on a call. Now let's review the documentation for a call using multiple protocols. Click the green Copy button and then Now What to preview your call note. It will contain documentation for all of the symptoms used in the call. Notice that the overall disposition for the call is the highest acuity disposition of all of the protocols used, and the higher acuity symptom is listed first in the call note. If you add a protocol and decide that you don't want to use it in the call or that it's not relevant to that call, the X button next to the protocol can be used to remove that protocol from the call. As another option, if you know you want to use more than one protocol at the start of the call, you can add both protocols on the Protocols tab by using the plus button next to the protocols in the search list. You can also remove them on this screen using the X button next to the title of previously selected protocols. This concludes our training video on how to use more than one protocol on a triage call. Thanks for watching.